Hello, I'm Ken Robinson, and this is one of my video responses to questions I've been sent on Twitter. This first book, The Element, How Finding Your Passion Changes Everything, was never intended to be a how-to book. I know one or two people have found that frustrating. They say, well, what do I do then? But this first book was not meant to be a guide. It was meant to be, or a manual, it was meant to be a book to try and change the conversation, to say, can we at least look at these issues and give them some serious consideration? Let's think about these things differently. That said, clearly, people who read the book often do say, well, so this is great, but what do I do? So the good news is that this is the subject of the sequel to The Element, which I'm working on right now, and I'll be tweeting more about that and inviting more comments on it. But the book is provisionally called, the follow-up book is provisionally called Finding Your Element, How to Live a Life of Passion and Purpose. And its aim is to address directly this question of, well, what do I do? And I had a number of questions around this in response to my tweet. Here are a couple of them. Is there something positive about seeking to find your element, as it feels pretty frustrating to me? And what steps can someone take if they're not lucky enough to have discovered their element but would like to do so? Well, the new book, Finding Your Element, which will be out next year, isn't meant to be a 10-step plan. It's not meant to be an algorithm that will guarantee the result, because I don't believe that's possible. I don't believe there's a set of exercises that anybody could take or could devise that will tell you, if it's true in your case, that you should be playing the jazz violin. There's an awful lot of individual variation here in what counts as the element, for all of us. But I do believe it's a journey that can be helped with some navigational tools, and that's what the book will set out to offer. It's really a two-way journey, as I see it. The first is, it's an inward journey. If you're interested in finding your element, you have to spend time with yourself. You have to reflect, you have to look inward, you have to meditate if that's something that you find that you can do. You have to spend time with your own dreams. Some people find it useful to make notes, to sketch, to do automatic writing, to do collages, to think in images or music, or to move. But whatever process aids your reflection, that's a key part of this journey to your element. It's to look inward and to be with yourself and to find time to reflect on your own interests, your own passions, the times when perhaps you felt most centred, or the opportunities that you wish you'd taken or perhaps didn't, and what the reasons were for them. The second part of the journey is an outward journey. I don't mean this is sequential, they can happen in an intercalated way. But the second part of the journey is outward. It's to try things that you didn't try before. If there are things you always wanted to do, then what are they and what would prevent you from doing that? And it's not just to try things at random, but to travel knowingly, to try new experiences, but to evaluate them and to reflect on them at the same time. And that process of looking outward and looking inward, I believe, has the elements that are needed to discover your element.